The White House on defense denying a massive social spending measure will hike taxes significantly, with the press secretary insisting the bill has the backing of the American people. Listen here.
Americans are weighing in with resounding support for the Inflation Reduction Act, and that's in contrast to Republican members of Congress who want to block this legislation to protect tax welfare for the wealthy and corporations.
Well, Senator Joe Manchin's also defending the bill he brokered with Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. Manchin tweeting, quote, "I agree with my Republican colleagues. We should not increase taxes on Americans amid historic inflation. My colleagues will be happy to hear that the Inflation Reduction Act does not increase taxes." A new nonpartisan report, though, is claiming that it does, at least for Americans who earn less than $200,000 a year, a.k.a. most folks. So let's bring in Louisiana Senator John Kennedy. Sir, what do you say?
Well, let me say as just a general proposition, at some point we need to stop asking who needs to pay more taxes and start asking what the hell happened to all the money that we had. But I digress. Because of inflation, which was made in Washington by President Biden, more and more Americans are getting really good and barely getting by in the wealthiest country in all of human history, and it's because of inflation. I don't hate anybody, but Senator Manchin's bill is an inflation machine. If he passes his bill, Joeflation, as some call it, will refer to Joe Manchin, not Joe Biden. I'll give you a couple of examples. Number one, Senator Manchin's bill is a massive tax increase on oil and gas. Now, when you tax something, you get less of it. Duh. And his bill is going to make prices go up. Now, Senator Manchin and the White House may say, well, here's what you ought to do. Because you can't afford gas, you need to go buy a $75,000 Tesla. That might work in West Virginia. That doesn't work in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Number two, the Joint Committee on Taxation, which doesn't take sides, has said unconditionally, categorically, unequivocally, that every American is going to feel the financial burden of Senator Manchin's bill. And I like Joe. He's very clever. I've listened to his interviews. He can talk a dog off a meat wagon, but he can't change the facts of the impartial, nonpartisan Joint Committee on Taxation. And final point, Joe's bill is going to raise taxes on corporations, and corporations don't pay taxes. People do.
You got to.
It is a special kind of stupid to raise taxes on businesses during a recession.
You got to have some pretty powerful powers of persuasion to talk a dog off of a meat wagon. But on the subject of Joe Manchin, he was on with Bret Baier on Fox News Sunday over the weekend. In his appearance, he acknowledged that he got it wrong when he said that spending all of this money in the previous bills was not going to cause inflation. So Bret asked him this. Listen here.
So why should Americans believe you now when you say that this new bill will not exacerbate inflation?
I made sure I don't make that mistake again. That's the bottom line. I make sure I didn't make that mistake again.
I'll make sure I don't make that mistake again. The initial mistake was spending a whole lot of money and causing inflation. So the answer to that is spending a whole lot of money and not causing inflation?
Let me say it again. Joe's bill is an inflation machine. Now, I mean it. I don't hate anybody, John. I don't think Senator Manchin intentionally wants to hurt people. I don't think that he wants more Americans to have to live in a tent behind Whataburger. But that is going to be the result of his bill. I mean, just any economist who is fair-minded will look at this bill and tell you that. We're in the middle of stagflation. That means the economy's slowing. The worst thing you can do then is raise taxes, and prices are rising. And he wants to make products and services and gasoline and food more expensive. It's just his bill's going to hurt the American people.
Sir, your colleagues, though, your Democrat colleagues, tell us this week they just handed the president this China competition bill, the CHIPS Act. They're going to hand him this climate bill. They say this upsets you and you're just jealous, for lack of a better word.
Well, this is America. They're entitled to their opinion. I didn't vote for the CHIPS bill. Republicans on my side of the aisle, since President Biden has been in office, have voted for $1.3 trillion worth of Joe Biden spending. You're not looking at one of them. And then they after voting for the CHIPS bill, some of my Republicans trusted Senator Manchin. Joe turned around and pulled the rug out from under him. And I hope my colleagues have learned a lesson. I love dogs, but never let a dog guard your meal, okay? They're going to eat it. And that's what happened to us. I hope we can stop Senator Manchin's bill, but it's going to be tough. We gave up all the leverage we had when we gave in and passed his CHIPS bill.
Yeah, we're on a dog theme today with you, Senator. Let me ask you this question.
I love dogs, man. I love dogs.
We don't mind.
I love dogs, too. Let me ask you this question to close it out. You probably heard Amos Hochstein talking about the price of gas and the reasons why it's come down. Your reaction to what he said?
Well, I'm delighted gas has come down. And it's better, but it's still not well. In my state, when President Biden took office, gas was a little under $2. It's still $4. I hope it keeps coming down. But I believe in supply and demand. I think most fair-minded people do who don't live in their mom's basement. They understand for supply and demand. And Joe Biden is trying to restrict, and so is Joe Manchin, the supply of oil and gas, and that's going to make the price of gasoline medium term, maybe hope not short term, but longer term, go up. It's not that complicated.
Senator, we could talk to you all afternoon, but we got to leave it there because this is TV. But thanks so much for joining us this afternoon.
Okay, thanks.
All right, as we celebrate the dog days of summer.
Oh, there you go. Another. Well
Thanks,
done.
Senator.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.